Hello and welcome to Lore of the Cards, the series that looks to help you discover the lore hidden in your Hearthstone deck. Today, to celebrate the imminent release of the Grand Tournament, we're taking a look at a few cards with not enough lore to fill a whole episode, but you might find it interesting nonetheless. This time, I'm going to try and keep it under 10 minutes, not get carried away and do 20 like the first. I mentioned last time that the Grand Tournament was based on the Argent Tournament from WoW, which, while true, it is also its own separate entity. The tournament in Hearthstone is taking place after the defeat of the Lich King, and is a more light-hearted affair, better matching the feel of Hearthstone. Let's begin with our first cards, a rare and an epic that combine into one. The King's Defender is a weapon in World of Warcraft that could be looted by raiders in the Burning Crusade expansion. When the Guardian Medivh seemingly vanished, his old home of Karazhan sealed itself, much to the annoyance of mages that wished to discover all of Medivh's secrets. After all, he had been the most powerful mage on Azeroth. Several years later, Karazhan became accessible, and adventurers prepared themselves to enter and discover the secrets of the Guardian. It was no mere walk in the park. Lost souls wandered the corridors, attacking any that crossed their path, and Karazhan's defences were still active. One of the trials the heroes faced was an echo of the Guardian himself, who challenged the adventurers to a game of chess before letting them proceed further into Karazhan. The chessboard represented the first war between orcs and humans, the late king Lane Rin and the old war chief Blackhand representing the kings. The Echo cheated many times. After all, it was one brain against 10, but he was eventually bested. One of the rewards he could gift to the raid upon defeat was the King's Defender. The Defender imbued its wielder with extra defensive capabilities and allowed them to stay in a fight for longer. As a result of its properties, it made it an ideal weapon for tanks, and in Hearthstone, the Defender is best used with tanky minions. Like tanks in WoW, taunt minions take damage for others, and the King's Defender is more durable with them in play. The epic, also related to the King's Defender, is the Garrison Commander. He is in fact wielding the weapon, and it was this art that was used to represent the weapon in the now discontinued Warcraft trading card game. His title is likely drawn from Warcraft's most recent expansion, Warlords of Draenor, where heroes constructed their own garrison as a base of operations to fight their enemies. By gathering resources, champions could improve their garrison and earn other resources at a quicker rate. Perhaps it is this resource gathering that the Garrison Commander represents. Thanks to his gathering, the Hearthstone hero is able to perform a feat they could not previously, using their hero power twice. When Tyrion held the Argent Tournament, as well as the jousting and other challenges, he lay before heroes 2 trials within the arena at the centre of the tournament grounds. One test of mettle was for 5 combatants, Trial of the Champions. The other was for 10 or 25 brave souls, which was called Trial of the Crusader. This challenge could also be made harder and become known as the Trial of the Grand Crusader. Perhaps the Grand Crusader card was a hero that endured this trial. For the champion's first test in the arena, Tyrion had gathered together some of the most powerful beasts that could be found in Northrend. The heroes needed to dispatch 3 different groups of beasts. The first beast to come charging at the heroes was Gormok the Impaler. The towering Gormok is a Magnetor, creatures that are only known to reside in the continent of Northrend. Gormok himself was from the mountainous region known as the Storm Peaks. It is here within the depths of his cave that Gormok was captured by servants of Tyrion to test the mettle of champions wishing to attack the Lich King. All Magnetor are extremely imposing beasts, their torso being that of a grizzled giant, large tusks protruding either side of their face. The lower part of their body is that of a powerful mammoth. Like Centaur, Keepers of the Grove and Dryads, creatures of a similar biological makeup, the Magnetor are are descendants of the demigod Cenarius. Very little is known about Magnetor's society. What is known is that they are some of the most physically powerful beasts that trudge the tundras of Northrend. It is believed their society is dictated by physical strength, no Magnetor really valuing the ability to read and write. This is evident in the lack of records of their history. It's no wonder strength is so valued, as only the strongest and most ruthless Magnetor survive in the lands of Northrend. Their environment is so harsh, they have been known to commit acts of cannibalism to stay alive. The society is made up of several different tribes and prides, each pride consisting of a couple of dominant males and a few females. It's not rare to find a Magnetor that prefers their own company. They're aggressive to all races, except one, an Arctic kobold known as a Snobbold. The Snobbolds are willing servants to the Magnetor, relying on them for protection, and the giants have found these tiny beasts particularly helpful when aiding in a hunt. The tiny Snobbolds can be scooped up by the Magnetor and thrown to chase down prey more quickly. While it does not appear Magnetor believe in any religion, they do have one sacred site. When coming to the end of their long lives, Magnetor that die of old age will make their way to the Dens of the Dying, located in Borean Tundra. Any other additional information on the Magnetor was written in the Warcraft RPG, which is non-canonic. Like many Magnetor, Gormok was a ferocious close-quarters fighter, equipped with a poleaxe ruthlessly swinging, and stomping the ground so hard it interrupted the spells of any that dared face him head-on. Gormok was also assisted by his Snobbolds, the creatures jumping onto champions. They would crack the champions over the head, stunning them, and drop firebombs at their feet as they clung to them. It is Gormok's relation to the Snobbolds that dictates his card ability. Every time a Snobbold jumped to a new target, Gormok's rage would increase, the beast becoming stronger. In Hearthstone, Gormok is more effective when there are more minions out, much like in WoW, and deals 4 damage when he enters play. When Gormok and his Snobbold minions were defeated, the heroes had to face the second creatures of the monstrous Menagerie, the Jormungars, Dreadscale and Acidmaw. It is said that the Jormungars were the children of the Titanic Watcher, Loken, a being entrusted with guarding the imprisoned old god Yogg'Saron. Further tales state that the Jormungars were once tamed by the Nerubians. The giant worm-like creatures were perfectly adapted to the lands of Northrend, their chisel-like teeth capable of boring through solid rock, and their muscular bodies perfect for navigating through the tunnels they created. It is said that the Nerubians took advantage of the Jormungars' gifts, using them to carve out the tunnels of their ancient subterranean empire. They also stockpiled the creature's blood, an odd, ice-cold, acidic substance. After the defeat of the Nerubians at the hands of the Lich King, the Jormungars struck out on their own, driven by a ravenous hunger, chewing through Northrend unabated and attacking creatures they found on the surface. They are even known to consume mountain giants. Despite their seemingly ravenous nature, it is not impossible to tame a Jormungar, the giants sometimes being implemented as beasts of war. Jormungars breed rapidly, so if any are found to have taken up residence beneath a town, they must be dealt with quickly, or it will soon fall to their hunger. This problem would probably be even more prolific if Jormungars didn't eat their own eggs. By eating the eggs of their own kind, the creatures become stronger. The deeper the egg is in the earth, the better. The worms begin life as small larvae and gain most of their rugged features in adulthood. Each brood has a spawn mother, dedicated to laying eggs. Acidmaw and Dreadscale possess additional abilities. Acidmaw's is given away by his title, spitting corrosive acid at his adversaries, and Dreadscale wields the power of fire. The final beast of the Menagerie after the Jormungar's defeat was Icehowl, the Yeti, or Wendigo, a cousin of the Yeti. It isn't quite clear. According to the Warcraft RPG, living in Northrend, Icehowl should be a Wendigo. However, his kind is frequently referred to as Yetis in World of Warcraft. The Yeti can be found in various regions all over Azeroth. Smaller, more humanoid ones being found in Kalimdor in the Eastern Kingdoms, more monstrous varieties in Northrend, and a mix between these two in the continent of Pandaria. Yetis will often dwell in caves and keep themselves to themselves. They are territorial beasts, so will attack those that dare wander into their lands, but they tend to avoid conflict. When forced into a fight, however, they can be formidable. Icehowl himself proves this, a single Yeti taking on several heroes of Azeroth at once. Icehowl blew torrents of icy breath upon his foes, freezing them, and hit with such force it would knock heroes back. In Hearthstone, Icehowl has charge and hits very hard. This probably represents his ability Massive Crash. The beast pounded the ground so hard that all heroes flew to the edge of the arena. While the heroes were stunned by Icehowl's tremendous blow, the beast would prepare to charge one of his adversaries. Any caught in this charge would be crushed by the mighty Yeti. So, there you have it, some minor lore cards from the Grand Tournament, and let me guess, I ran over 10 minutes. So easy to get carried away. If you've enjoyed this episode, like, subscribe, and share it around. That makes you awesome. If you can think of ways to improve the series or saw a bit you particularly liked, let me know in the comments. I've linked all the artists I could find in the description below, so go check out their work. I'm off to the United States for a week on the 16th, but when I return I shall be doing an in-depth Grand Tournament card. I'll also be sending the free pack codes out when I get back. Thanks so much for the awesome response to the mistake competition. You guys even found one that I didn't exactly mean to make. But you're all in with a chance to get a code if you found either. By reading the comments from the last video, I have 3 cards for you guys to choose from. Anubarak, Ronin, and Nexus Champion Sarad. I'll be looking to do another 2 or 3 Grand Tournament cards near the release, so do let me know what you want to see in the description below. Till next time guys, happy Hearthstoning, and I'll see you for more Lore of the Cards.